How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be making some pesto with basil that I've grown in my own garden. So this is my basil. It is really good. It's almost coming out the end of its time, so it's time to pick it because you can't like freeze fresh basil. But with pesto, you can, once you made it, you can freeze it and it'll store for a long time. And it's great with pretty much anything. It's really good with pasta and also on toasts or just like as a spread or even dips. So that is a really good thing about pesto, and by using your own basil and ingredients from your own garden, it makes it so much better than any store-bought kind you can buy. Okay, so I'm just going to be picking some basils. Now, I'm just going to be picking off the main stems, but just leaving a couple of centimeters at the bottom for a bit more to grow through. Yep, so they're all picked. So as you can see, I've just left a couple of inches on each stem, and then there's all these new shoots coming through, new growth. So they'll keep on growing, and then you can get a second harvest from them, and then make some more pesto as well once they're big enough. So then what you want to do is pick off all the leaves from each stem, and then once you're just down to the stem, you just want to chuck it into the compost pile or to your chooks. Okay, now I've picked all the leaves from my basil, so now what you want to do after you've picked them all, just give them all, get the spoon out of the way, just to give it all a nice good chop. Now what you're doing for this is just chopping into smaller pieces, and it's easier to grind up in the mortar and pestle. Although if you do, if you're making pesto and you're using like a food processor or a mini blender, you don't really have to chop them up. I still like to, just makes it a bit easier on the motor. Just give it a bit of a rough chop. Okay, so after you've given your basil a good chop, you just grab your, and you want half a clove of garlic, unless you like a real nice garlic flavour like me, then you use a whole clove, give it a real rough chop, throw it in your mortar and pestle, pinch of sea salt, bash that up a bit. And this is some fresh garlic from my garden as well, so really just whenever you're cooking, try and use as much as you can from your own garden. Just add a bit more salt. Then you want to put in some pine nuts that are lightly toasted, so I lightly toasted these. Put in about a small handful, put in about half really at the start. Give that a bit of a bash up. Smells really good already. Add in some of your basil, don't want too much at one time. And you make sure you really give that a good mash up. Now this will take a while, so this is where an electric blender or a food processor is really good, because it's just nice and quick. So I'll speed this up for you guys. So it's starting to come together really well. As you can see, it is reduced in volume by a lot, just as it's getting all mashed up. So now while I've got a bit less on my cutting board, I'm going to make sure I give the rest of this basil a really good chop. That way it's just a lot quicker to mash up in the mortar and pestle if it's already chopped up by a fair bit. Okay, so all that basil has reduced now to just this. And it's tasting really good. Just, you've got to remember just to keep on tasting it. So then I'm just going to add the rest of the Parmesan cheese. Also, now this is just optional, but I really like it, so just add the juice, just about a quarter of a lemon, just a little bit, just to give it a bit of a zing, a bit of acidity, and it cuts through that like oil. Then you just bring it all together. And then that is pretty much done. So that's about it. So I've always really loved cooking, and I just thought it'd be really good to do some cooking videos on my channel as well, just to show what you can do with produce. So soon, maybe in a month or so, I'll do one on kale, how you can use kale with some interesting things that you can make kale out of, just instead of having it in salads, juices, or steaming it really. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a big thumbs up, and make sure if you have any comments, suggestions or questions, leave them in the comments box below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and please support me on Patreon as well. Any donation will be greatly appreciated and will be put straight back into the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. Just get an email letting you know when a new video is up, and then you can come and suss it out and yeah, have a look around what I'm doing in my garden. So catch you later, folks.